This talk is in reference to people who you don't live with on a daily basis, but maybe who you come across on a regular basis or once in a lifetime. Oftentimes, when we come across people who are unfriendly or rudely behaved or inattentive or surly or badly behaved, ignorant, absent minded, or anything else, we as beings on this spiritual path tend to want to be kind to them, and at the same time we have the question as to why I should be the one who needs to be kind to people who are unkind, who don't even care about others, despite me being someone who is so well behaved, so loving and affectionate and kind as well. Why should I be the one to change? So here's the answer to that. Subscribe to my YouTube channel Manifest with Sagar and don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive the latest updates. There are various answers or various ways of understanding this, but if you think a little deeply or connect with your higher consciousness, you will understand that no matter how wonderful I am as a person, if you are in a bad mood right now, you will not be able to be nice to me. You will not be able to do that. Maybe 2 hours later, if I meet you again, you will be very, very loving to you. But if right now something really bad is happening in your mind, despite me being the sweetest guy on this whole planet, you will not be able to behave well with me. That is the first aspect. And that is fine, but that is not really the understanding, or that does not really give you the solution. The other aspect to this is oftentimes people have not experienced your type of energy. This is a very important understanding. So if I go to a particular locality in which there are people who have never come across or experienced interactions with, say, educated people, for example, so those people simply do not know what an educated person expects in a conversation. So if there is a shopkeeper who has never seen a decent, well mannered, educated person, he has only seen very, very different kind of people. He simply does not know, that feature has not been implemented inside of him to behave in decent, well mannered, in educated ways. Now, you do not need to be a literate or an educated person in order to behave like an educated person, isn't it? So if that person, that shopkeeper, specific kinds of people have not seen your kind of energy, your kinds of behavioral patterns, that person will not be able to behave in a very, very respectful, a very, very kind, a very, very sweet, loving, affectionate manner at all. So the motivation here is for you to demonstrate to that person that such people, or your kinds of people, your kinds of energies exist. There are so many people who simply have not experienced interactions with good people, nice people, kind people, loving people. There are many such people who have never come across nice or well behaved people. So this is your opportunity to behave nicely with that person, not to get anything in return, not to elicit or evoke any kind of specific response. And that is also not the aim of this spiritual journey at all. Oftentimes people walk on this path with the expectation that now that I am on this path, the world will change, the world will turn in my favor, and everybody will start behaving differently with me because I am now elevated. Not necessarily. You are elevated for your own self. You elevate yourself for the betterment of your own experience, not to change the world, because the world is still elevating or not yet elevated, isn't it? So it is your responsibility to be there, be where you are, continue to be in that energy state, and demonstrate that yes, there are kind people in this world, there are nice people in this world. So even if out of 100 people you are the one who behaves very nicely with the opposite person, that person's life can totally change as well. May or may not change again, but there is a possibility, isn't it? Like I said, the purpose of this spiritual journey is not to change your circumstances. It is to change your experiences of those circumstances through changed perspectives. That is more important, because you cannot really go around changing people or expecting people to behave differently, or sulk because they did not behave differently despite me working on myself, me being good, me being kind. So none of those parts really help. The only thing that is in your hands in that moment is just to be kind, make sure that you don't hurt the opposite person, try your best not to do that. And at the same time, the most important motivation here is to demonstrate that, see, there are decent people in this world, there are civil people in this world, there are nice people in this world, there are good people in this world. Many a times I come across kids as well, who oftentimes are nearly harassed by their parents for no rhyme and reason, just because those parents have their own frustrations in life. I always make sure to demonstrate to the kid that there are good people in this world as well. That kid needs to know that right from the beginning, as soon as possible, because that builds a sense of confidence into that person. And that is your opportunity to demonstrate to everyone, whenever you get an opportunity to interact with someone, that there are differently behaved people in this world as well. It does not need to be just the way it is right now. Sometimes some people say that when someone is behaving badly with you and you behave in a nice manner with them, that is your way to thank them, because they are unknowingly or without you putting any efforts clearing or erasing or absolving your bad karmas. That is a good thought process to have, no doubt, but there are 7 billion people in this world, and minimum 90% of them will behave badly for any reason with you. So you cannot just keep saying to yourself that they are behaving badly with me because I have done something bad in the past. That will make you feel very, very guilty over a period of time, or not very good. So instead of saying that when someone behaves badly with me, they are erasing my bad karma, you can always say that when someone is behaving badly with me, that person is badly behaved in that moment for any reason. I don't care. I'm focusing on what I want in that moment. I'm focusing on the task at hand. And here's a very good vibe to have. To conclude, a very good vibe to have when you move around in the world is that I am happy. I am happy in my own life. I do not expect anybody else to behave differently for me. As long as I am focused on my own manifestations, as long as I am focused on my own inner purity and goodness, that is all that matters to me.